resolute of heart, make firm thy mind. The tongue of a man is the rudder of the boat, but the Lord of all is its pilot. Cast not thy heart after riches, there's no ignoring fate and destiny. Place not thy thoughts on things outside, every man is destined for his hour.
On feeling goods where all of your cash went, not chakra alignment or inward refinement. Trying to find one word to describe men. Better yet, can one consciousness unify them? Pondering on these questions is where my time spent. Creative process, believe me, greatness got to achieve it. Ideas we believe in, positive mind, gotta reach in it. Put an effort to bring forth this new being. You're not consumed by the lust for things, but knows that his worth is determined by words and deeds. Your mind is affected by words and deeds. Your thoughts are keys to what you're trying to see, and what you're trying to see should be to reach your goals. Hold on to your dreams, keys open doors. Since you can't always choose circumstances, make sure to choose your thoughts wisely. Choose advancement, work towards the future. Now's your chance, kid. Accept responsibility, avoid resentment. Actions always take root from what you think about. Things ain't going your way, it ain't hard to figure out. Why? Why? Ask why. Ain't gotta tell you, it's right in front of your eyes. So in following these principles, you'll find along the road you're the only one responsible for your soul. It's no coincidence. Take control of your life, no coincidence. It's no coincidence. You take control, no coincidence. It's no coincidence. Yeah, it's no coincidence. It's no coincidence. Nah, it's no coincidence.
Old shells are highly prized. And this one is occupied by a sarcastic fringe.
There was, according to the Washington Post reporting, a surging number of unaccompanied minors being apprehended at the border. In 2014, there were nearly 70,000, according to the Post reporting. And that same year, there was this viral image of children being kept in a cage at a detention center. Do you see any parallels here? How different is what we're seeing today from these images?
In many ways, and I think I don't know what image you're using, but I released some of those photos because it was kept very quiet under the Obama administration. There were large numbers of people coming in. The Obama administration was trying to keep this quiet, and I don't know which image you're using, but I released some photos that I had gone about those young kids who were kept there, and we're still seeing a numbers. And keep in mind, when they talk about putting some of the young kids in those centers, not all of them are being separated. Some of them are coming alone, as Ed said a few minutes ago. Some of them are coming on their own. So it's not a matter that every single child that we have in those centers are being separated, because some of them are coming alone. Keep in mind that under the law, you can separate a child if that person, the adult, is not the real parent or the custodian. Because sometimes we see situations where they'll bring a child because they know of the policy that we have over here with children, or at least what we used to have. Or if there's a criminal offense.
You have to concentrate on saying the people who should be here are those who come legally at this time. And we've got to, for the time being, enforce our borders. The day when America could be the welfare system for Mexico.
All right. You're listening to Breaking News. I was just playing that clip because I'm reading the story where 7 illegal Mexicans try to rob a jewelry store. You got to go see that video. It's hilarious. I'm hearing myself in the echo. Anyway, so go and look up that video on YouTube. 7 illegal Mexicans trying to rob a jewelry store. and then the police come in, they all get busted and everything. But you know, they're all coming in to be scholars, and you know, they're all in college. Everything the Democrats say, right? That we have nothing to worry about, right? Because everybody coming through the border is just, you know, they're running from something, or you know, they're just looking for a better life, and then they come over here, and some of them, like Trump said, some of them are rapists, murderers, criminals, thieves, and all you have to do is actually look up illegal aliens committing crimes. You're gonna find a lot. All right, I didn't even want to talk about that. I didn't want to start my show with that. Actually, I want to start the show with the Dallas Cowboys quarterback. What's his name? Dak Prescott, I think it is. Anyway, so you know, for those who don't know, Jerry Jones said that his team, the Dallas Cowboys, they have to stand for the national anthem. Right? So Prescott, the quarterback, came out and said he's not for kneeling. His whole thing is, you know, he's not going to use those 2 minutes where you want to respect the flag, and for him, thank God that he has that kind of life where he's going to play his favorite sport and make millions of dollars. He's not going to use that time. That time where you want to be thankful, he's not going to use it to protest. Now, he wasn't saying that there's not police brutality or, you know, whatever the movement is. But let's see if this video will play of him saying it.
Right. Where they stand on this, and in fact, even to the point that Stephen Jones said that if a player protests, he won't be a Dallas Cowboy. When you hear that, what's your reaction?
All right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily listen to it. It has no effect to me because I do exactly what I'm doing and what I've said and what I stand by, whether I was wearing the star or not, whether I was playing for Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, or any other owner. I believe in what I believe in, and that's that. Is that what is that in terms of the anthem? I mean, does that mean? Yeah, I mean, never protest? No, I never protest. I never protest during the anthem, and I don't think that's the time or the venue to do so. The game of football has always brought me such a peace, and I think it does the same for a lot of people. A lot of people playing the game, a lot of people watching the game, a lot of people that have any impact of the game. So when you bring such a controversy to the stadium, to the field, to the game, it takes away from that. It takes away from the joy and to the love that football brings a lot of people. And so for me, I'm all about making a change, making a difference. And I think this whole kneeling and all that was all about just raising awareness, and the fact that we're still talking about social injustice years later. I think we've got to that point. I think we've proved and we know that the social injustice. So I'm up for taking a next step, that whatever that step may be, for action and not just kneeling. I've always believed standing up for what I believe in, and that's what I'm gonna continue to do.
All right, so Dak Prescott, the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, young man making millions of dollars. You know, a young black man making millions of dollars is saying that is not the time to protest for him. He wasn't criticizing the people who do it. But let me tell you, I've been following a lot of conversations on the internet, on Facebook and on Twitter, and the stuff that they're calling this young man is horrible. It's horrible. I don't understand. I don't understand where our heads are at as a nation, right? Where you have certain people crying that Trump is trying to take away your freedom of speech. Yet the left attacks you and they attack you with threats, with demeaning statements. They call you racist slurs. And it's okay for them to do it because they're the left. I don't get it. And it's like people don't understand. Racism was birthed by the left. But it's just insane. I mean, I really can't understand what's going on. It's hard to figure out where people are allowed, or certain people are allowed, to call people racist slurs. I have another. Wait, let me finish this because I want to play this DL Hughley clip also. Let's hope this works.
So Dak and Zeke, two Cowboy players, came out vociferously in support of Jerry Jones, the owner of the Cowboys, which is interesting. A lot of people dislike the Cowboys, and it used to be you disliked the Cowboys because they were excellent. There were a lot of teams that have won so much, like the Lakers, the Yankees, and the Cowboys. They embody a certain spirit, and even though people aren't from those areas, those are like if you'll find basketball Laker players, fans everywhere. You'll find Cowboy fans everywhere. You'll find Yankees fans everywhere. The Cowboys used to embody excellence. Now they embody the indifference white people have always had toward black people. Now it's ironic that Jerry Jones refuses to let his players protest the anthem because he didn't have an aversion to supporting players that beat women. Greg Hardy or Zeke Elliott right now, who beat women and were suspended or accused of beating women who were suspended. We have any number of Cowboys that have had drug problems and drug charges. He didn't have any problem with it. He didn't have a problem that we have Cowboy greats that had one or two wives come up missing under dubious circumstances. Nobody says anything about that. He supports Papa John, catching him saying nigga or not, because he is what America is, and that's always indifferent to the suffering of black people. That's just always what's been. Now, people who are saying to me, well, politics and protest has no place in football. Did those same people say that when they hired Rush Limbaugh to be an announcer for NFL? They didn't at all. It's not unusual for young bucks or for masters and owners to let their young bucks do whatever they want as long as they don't speak against them. They're prize bucks. They let them do whatever they want. You can beat women, you can drive, you can kill people, you can do whatever. Just don't speak up. Don't be an example that other people can follow. The Cowboys are what America is, indifferent toward black people's suffering. That's what they've always been. That's what America's always been, indifferent toward the cries of injustice and racism against black people. They've always done it. And for people that say, well, this is not the place of the time. The only time black people have white people's attention is when we're entertaining them. The only time they ever imagine getting millions of white people to look at black people or listen to black people do anything that isn't jumping, running, laughing.
All right, I'm cutting him off right there. And then he calls Prescott the quarterback boy and everything, and to demean him. Now keep in mind, he's saying, you see, in the beginning of this rant, he's talking about the Cowboys have always shut down dissent of the black athlete, and you can't talk against them, and blah blah blah. And he's doing the same thing to that. He's doing the same thing to him. But he will never see that. He will never see that. And it's a shame. It's a shame where you can't have a differing opinion in your own. I don't even know. You can't have a differing opinion. Like it, for me at work, I'm allowed to have a different opinion from everybody here, and I'm sure I'm judged in their own ways, but it doesn't mean that I'm a worse person than they are or anything. It just makes no sense. And for him to come out his face and say that only some people deserve freedom of speech, because that's what he's saying. He's saying you don't deserve freedom of speech if you're white. You don't deserve freedom of speech if you're black and you have a different speech than the group think, right? So, and then if you are different, if you're that one person who stands out amongst your group, they call you racist slurs. They call you Uncle Tom. They call you Coon. They call you... it's just horrible. Horrible what they're doing. And I'm glad that the quarterback, Dak Prescott, said, whatever. I don't care. I'm going to live my life because it isn't what he thinks, right? You do not... for him, he doesn't feel like he should disrespect his country at that moment, right? Or he should decide he's going to protest at that moment. And the vitriol, the disgustingness of the left and those people like D.L. Hughley, who's basically trying to come off like if he's fighting against racism when he's basically trying to smack down the other black man for not thinking like him. It's just sad. I got another video coming up. Let's play some music and I'll be right back with you. You're listening to Breaking News, absolutely breaking the mainstream media with Harry, aka The Brave, on WNHH LP 103.5 FM, your home for community radio.
That's gonna be a real big problem. That's gonna problem. Gonna real problem. Gonna real big problem. Even though my brain just minding my shit, so the lights in the mirror seatbelt went click. I'm innocent, my papers legit. I wasn't gonna stop him for giving me shit. Come on! He's walking to my door, tapping on my glass, telling me his reasons for what he called fat. Doesn't matter, got no time to stress. That's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a real big problem. That's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a real. My brain just minding my shit, so the lights in the mirror seatbelt went click. Come on. I'm innocent, my papers legit, but I wasn't gonna stop him for giving me shit. He's walking to my door, tapping on my glass, telling me his reasons for what he called fat. Doesn't matter, got no time to stress. Somebody be my witness. Frustrated, irritated while I'm sitting in court looking at the jury, feeling no support. My lawyer telling me to take plea. I can see the judge's eyes saying I should agree, but that's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a real big problem. Come on, that's gonna be a problem. Hey! That's gonna be a real big problem. Left my girl home, now I'm rolling on my own. No shame that I pregame, secrets how to save. That's just how I do, and my friends do. But now I'm clubbing like a fool. Come on! Supermodel shaped like a Coke bottle. Killer smile like a style, all the fellas going wild. Let's connect, I protect and she expect. This is something I regret. From my pocket, she's a threat. Here she comes.
Hey, what's up?
What you think? Did she just wink? Stay focused. What's your name?
Buy me a drink?
That's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a real big problem. Real big problem. Real big problem. Hey! Real big problem. Hey! That's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a real big problem.
WNHHLP.
Be a problem.
103.5 FM New Haven.
Big problem. Owe me money. Talk for me. Wanna ride? Broke fools. Pay for dinner. Now you're mad. Act sick. Fake people. That's gonna be a problem.
Hey, that's gonna be a
real big problem. That's gonna.
I can tell you more.
Problem. That's gonna be a real big problem.
All right, you're listening to Breaking News, absolutely breaking the news, breaking the mainstream media with Harry, aka The Brave. Shout out to Caleb, that's his new single, Problem. I think his video comes out soon. They should be debuting his video this week, I think tomorrow. All right, so let's see. Let's get into another clip here, and then we'll talk about it.
I've had the honor and privilege to work with then candidate, now President Trump, and
this was this week. Trump met with a group of African American pastors. They were discussing the re-entry programs of coming out of jail and into society and stuff. So, just to give you, the reason they were together.
And to observe him behind the scenes and have a number of personal conversations with him. And people ask me, why do I defend him so vociferously? And I say it's easy for me to do because I know him. And he's shown me his heart, and I know he has a heart for all Americans. And I will say this administration has taken a lot of people by surprise, and it's going to surprise you guys even more because this is probably the most proactive administration regarding urban America and the faith-based community in my lifetime. And I'll be 60 years old in December. But when I think back on, I use good hair dye. And I've got a great makeup artist. But to be honest, this is probably going to be and I'm going to say this at this table, the most pro-black president that we've had in our lifetime because, and I try to, analyze the people that I encounter. This president actually wants to prove something to our community, our faith-based community and our ethnic community. The last president didn't feel like he had to. He felt like he didn't have to prove. He got a pass. This president this administration is probably going to be more proactive regarding urban revitalization and prison reform than any president in your lifetime.
All right. So that was Pastor Darrell Scott, and he was saying how Trump is the most pro-urban, pro-faith, pro-black president that he's had in his lifetime. And people are having real big problems about that statement. And I've actually participated in some back and forth on Facebook when it comes to this, debating people. And like I said earlier, the comments, the disgusting comments, the demeaning comments that they've called Pastor Darrell Scott, and I won't repeat them because I can't repeat them. It's shocking, right? Because you have to agree. You have to agree with the vitriol that's going on out there, and it's all being driven by the media. It's all been being driven by the media. The media's been telling you the sky is falling. The sky is falling. Chicken Little. That's who the media is. But they don't tell you, they're not going out their way to continuously blast the good statistics of Trump, right? So they're not going out their way to continuously tell you black unemployment is down. Trump is working hard on the reentry system for all of these urban neighborhoods of blacks, Hispanics, and trying to get people, when he says, make America great again, and get people working again, he's talking about all the people, right? But people are willingly blind and deaf. They're not hearing when he says, make America great again, as them being part of America, especially the media. And I'll get to Trump's enemy of the country statement about the media. Because when you look at the media, it's just, look, I'll get to it later. I don't want to go into it. Look, Pastor Darrell Scott saying that Trump, he's the one president in his 60 years that he sees actually trying with the African American community and trying to prove. That's another thing. Trump has something to prove because everybody's calling him racist and everything. So he's going out his way to work double time to do for the minority communities. Right? So anyway, it's just horrible. I was actually gonna chance it and read some of these comments, but I really can't. I think, people would be upset with those words coming out of my mouth. So let's go back to the music and I'll be right back. You're listening to Breaking News, absolutely breaking the news with Harry, aka The Brave, on WNHH LP 103.5 FM, your home for community radio.
Yes, sir. It's always love and war. Huh? I'm sick and tired of all of your hateful shit. All you accusing got me losing my patience, chick. Though I don't wanna leave, I think we need space. Now I'm debating if I'm gonna replace this chick. But I'll be wrong if I up and replace this chick. Find another that's a loving and grateful chick. Remember when you said you wasn't no basic chick? Please, it's always love and war and relationships.
Back and forth, me and her on the same issue. Language disgusting, feeling like I can't take this. Breakup to makeup soundtrack is my playlist. The pastor, the preacher, please somebody save it and save us. Enough's enough is what she's saying to me. But then it turn into love when she be laying with me. And then it turn into lust because we both don't have trust. We sip and roll up them drugs, hoping it make us both numb. A star in the sky, see you from afar. But up close, I see a black rose and broken heart. You're scarred. I'm trying to heal your wounds, but you treat me like dirt and want my stick as your broom. It's too soon. Or maybe shouldn't happen at all. We love less, plus you building up your walls. The road is getting rough. I know I'm built tough, but enough is enough. We've had enough. Enough is enough. Enough. Now it's time to go. Enough is enough. Love don't live here, no. We have enough. Enough is enough. Now it's time to go. Love don't live here, no.
I remember when she loved me, but nowadays nothing right. All we do is fight, and everything to you's a lie. My love was never good enough, so why bother? Funny how I treat your child better than the father. How you got love for something you don't believe in? That's not love at all, that's deceiving. And anytime a problem occurs, you up and leave him. Couple days pass, you realizing you need him. You ask me, that signs are misleading. But you're more concerned with assuming I'm mistreating. You thinking that I'm scheming on any misses that greets me. But I ain't never fond of a kitty that's hella easy. And I ain't gotta swear before God, so you believe me. I just swear to God, when I'm gone, you gon' need me. And next time you all alone and uneasy, just know I had enough. Please believe me.
We've had enough.
Enough is enough.
Enough. Now it's time to go.
Enough is enough.
Love don't live here. We've had enough.
Enough is enough.
Now it's time to go. Love don't live here. Enough is enough. Now it's time to go. Love don't live here no more. No more.
All right, you're listening to Breaking News with Harry, aka The Brave. What's up, Cameron D. Green on Facebook? I'm sure you think you're winning, but you're not. But I'm gonna play this clip. It's the trailer to Death of a Nation, Dinesh D'Souza's movie, which is out today. I encourage people to go see it. And Cameron, go buy yourself a ticket, go get yourself some popcorn, and send me the bill. Just go and actually educate yourself. All right, let me play the clip right now.
Lincoln was elected to unite a country and stop slavery. Democrats smeared him, went to war against him, assassinated him. Now their target is Trump.
Donald Trump wins the presidency. So help me God.
They say he's killing America.
There will be a vote to impeach.
They say he's a racist.
This was a white lash.
And a fascist. Who are the real racists?
Northern Democrats had conspired together with Southern Democrats to take away the fruit of other people's labor.
Who are the real fascists?
Both Mussolini and Hitler set up and ran welfare states.
This was done by the do-gooders, the liberals, the people who wanted to improve society.
Which party attacks our free speech?
How dare you speak against
our religious liberty, and our personal safety. A nation dies when its people are not free. We too must fight for freedom, regardless of the price we pay.
An end in terror is preferable to a terror with no end.
The stakes could not be higher. We're talking about America, the greatest nation on earth. Lincoln saved America for the first time. It's now up to us to save America a second time.
All right. So go see it. It's out today. Death of a Nation. Dinesh D'Souza. Go back and watch his Hillary's America and Obama's America movies. Right? And he'll give you a good education on where racism came from, where it was birthed, the Ku Klux Klan, born in the Democrat Party, and all the lies that they tell you, right? So the guy is excellent, and his facts are excellent. You could check them, and you could, yeah, I'm telling you, you will enjoy this movie. All right, so, and you know, I was looking at Dinesh D'Souza was on Laura Ingram's show this week, and he was talking about the guy from Charlottesville. I think his name is Spencer, Richard Spencer, something like that. From the alt-right. And it turns out that guy actually was one of the guys who started Occupy Wall Street. He's a socialist, right? He actually throws out Christians from his meetings because of their belief system that being gay is immoral and stuff like that. So I was looking at this guy, and it's real nice how they dressed him up as a Republican, like if he was connected to the Republicans. Let me tell you something. This guy's throwing out Christians. He's a socialist. He is not Republican. That guy is all yours. That Charlottesville, it was Antifa versus those guys. It was you guys eating each other in that. It's so freaking interesting. You guys got to go and look up that guy's history. He's really an anarchist. He's Antifa. He's socialist. Come on. He should be embraced by the Democrats. Right, but that's for you, Cameron. Go out and go watch that Dinesh D'Souza movie. All right, let me. Oh, and I want to also. I'm gonna play a little clip. I know Rush Limbaugh is playing right now, and of course, no, there's no competing with Rush Limbaugh. But I just want to shout out Rush Limbaugh for his 30 years of syndication, and without Rush, where is the Republican Party, right? Where is conservatism, right? So I'm just gonna play a little clip of Rush.
I got an email
for people who don't get to hear him.
The website. Hey, Rush, you think it's a coincidence that Trump bumps to 50% approval for the first time the day after he appears on your show? I didn't want to say it. I'm trying to dial back the braggadocio. I didn't want to say it, but now that Coco has raised the possibility, how could I deny it? It's the one thing Trump hasn't done. This was the first time he's appeared on the program. He appears on the program and bammo, he jumps up 3 points, maybe 2, in the Rasmussen Daily Tracking Poll.
All right, so that's Rush. And like I said, I just want to give him a shout out because the Maharishi of talk radio. So anyway, I'll be right back. I'm going to play a little more music. I'll be right back to finish some of these articles I'm looking at or clips. You're listening to Breaking News, absolutely breaking the news with Harry, a.k.a. The Brave.
If you feel that comfortable, you ain't gotta go nowhere. 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 Where? You ain't gotta go nowhere. 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 Our space is set up to say nothing. That's why you're here with me. These sheets create limitations. Strip down when you're next to me. You say that you want it, so show me you want it. I say that to say this to you. Let's do what we came here to do. If you feel that comfortable, you ain't gotta go nowhere. 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 Where? You ain't gotta go nowhere. 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 If you feel that comfortable, it's okay if you're whispering something. It's clear what you're saying to me. Here you need no invitation, cause it's where you need to be. You say that you want it, so show me you want it. I say that to say this to you. Let's do what we came here to do. If you feel that comfortable, you ain't gotta go nowhere. 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 Where? You ain't gotta go nowhere. 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 If you feel that comfortable. Our space is set up to say nothing. That's all that we need it to be. So born in a good situation. So go when you're next to me. You say that you want it, you show me you want it. I say that to say this to you. Cause I'll give it all to you. If you feel that comfortable, you ain't gotta go nowhere. 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 Where? You ain't gotta go nowhere. 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 If you feel that comfortable. You ain't gotta go nowhere. If you feel that comfortable.
All right, you're listening to breaking news, absolutely breaking the mainstream media with Harry, aka The Brave, on WNHH LP 103.5 FM. All right. Let me just go over, some of the conversations, and I have the article up, so it's the same thing. When you see, I work with communist, socialist, basically Democrats, right? That's what they are, right? So, of course, nobody here likes to be called a Democrat. Oh, we're either progressives or whatever, but they're all Democrats. They're all voting Democrats, right? And today, there's a Newsweek article. Donald Trump's approval rating. This actually came out yesterday. Donald Trump's approval rating 5 points higher than Barack Obama's at the same point of his presidency, says the Rasmussen poll. The Rasmussen poll, which happens to be the only poll that called the election right in 2016. Yes, that Rasmussen poll, right? So, I bring this up to my communist, socialist, semi-democrat, progressive friends, and it hurts them so bad. He's like, I was having a good morning. Why did you have to show me that? And it's like, well, don't understand. You actually believe that your rhetoric, your propaganda is working on people who voted for Trump? And they actually believe that. They actually think, you know, what else can we hit him with? We've called him racist. We've called him sexist. You know, we've called him a womanizer. We've called everything. They've hit him with everything. And the difference, and this is something I try to explain to my communist, socialist, semi-democrat, progressive friends. Trump is different because he's fighting back. You guys are used to having a punching bag. So Mitt Romney, a punching bag. John McCain, a punching bag, right? So when people would say something about Obama, John McCain would, oh, no. But Obama's such a great man. You shouldn't. Trump is not interested in trying to soften people's ways of thinking of the left because the left is crazy. You know, so nobody's going to, oh, Hillary is such a good woman. You shouldn't say, lock her up. You know, it's insane. Instead, when they say something about Hillary or any one of his opponents, he doubles down. He goes right in. And it's interesting because this morning I was having a conversation with my wife, right? And she was asking me about, I was watching CNN this morning, and she's like, well, they seem to have Trump in handcuffs. You know, how do you see it? And I'm like, listen, their reporting is so skewed. That I'm not listening to anything. Well, yes, I am, kind of, because I turn on MSNBC, Morning Joe, and CNN in the morning with Camerano, and I forgot who the other guy is. I used to like Cuomo in the morning with Camerano. But anyway, so I turn on these outlets because the reason I turn it on is because I like to see what the Democrats, or I like to already know what I'm dealing with before I get into the office, the lunacy that is being spewed on television, and what my communist, socialist, semi-democrat, progressive friends are actually going to be talking about, because they don't have their own thoughts anymore, right? So they actually regurgitate everything that comes from these media outlets, and the media outlets are doing a disjustice to the American people because everything is conjecture and what if Trump is this? Could it be that Trump is that? No facts at all. And then they disguise it. They call it news, but it's really all opinion now on CNN and MSNBC. So, so I'm always well armed when I come in with I already know my rebuttals to their ignorant debates. So anyway, so my friends here, they were so they were so hurt. The guy held his stomach, held his head, and it's like, it can't be that people are still with Trump. And he tells me, and it's because he has you guys, he tried to use my words against me, like zombies. You guys are still supporting him by 90%. And I'm like, whoa, well, that's an interesting way to see things. So when certain sections of the Democrat Party are voting at a 95% clip for your party, regardless of anything, do you see them as zombies? Are you telling me that you're admitting that you have brainwashed these people to actually, and he's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, well, African Americans vote at 90 to 95% at a 95% clip for Democrats all the time. Is that okay? Are they zombies? Or you just... Now, keep in mind, there's no one group, when you're going 90% of Trump supporters still support him. There's no one group you don't go, oh, just whites support him, oh, just the Hispanics. Actually, he's picking up votes with Hispanics and blacks. That's why his numbers are going up. Okay? So, there's no one, we don't practice tribalism on the conservative side. The tribalism is practiced by you guys, where you separate the blacks, the Hispanics, and every other group, gays, women, and you guys separate each other into little tribes, and then you try to eat each other as you go along. Right? So, so he tried to throw that at me. Oh, you guys are zombies. No. The zombies is the little tribes that you actually separate, and they vote at that 95% clip. Right? So, anyway, let me read a portion of the article so you get some of the info and not just my comments. President Donald Trump received an approval rating 5 points higher than his predecessor, Barack Obama, achieved 18 months into his first term in office, according to a new poll released Thursday. The latest Rasmussen Reports poll, which has often reflected higher approval ratings for Trump than most other polls, pegged Trump's latest rating at 50%. In August 2010, Obama earned a 45% approval rating in the same poll. The current president also received a disapproval rating of 49%, with 35% strongly approving of his job performance and 41% strongly disapproving. The poll drew results from likely voters from Monday through Wednesday and had a margin of error of 2.5%. Anyway, so okay. So that was getting into the weeds. But so this same poll, and it's not just this poll, right? Because the NBC Wall Street Journal poll had him at 45%. So he's going higher in every poll. Now you always gotta look at the NBC poll and you know they oversampled Democrats. They asked the questions in a way where people, when they ask the questions like, oh, do you hate the fact that families are being separated? And you go, wait a minute. Of course I don't want families being separated. Trump is doing that. But if you actually tell them, do you want border security? They say yes. Do you want us protecting our borders? Yes. Do you want to have a catch and release program where if a person comes with a child, you automatically release them? No. People don't want none of that stuff. They want us to protect our borders. And if you ask the questions correctly, you'll get an honest poll. This is why the Democrats lost in 2016. And this is why Hillary was up anywhere from 5 to 7 points on certain polls. A month before, some poll had a 10-point, winning by 10 points. This is why. Because the Democrats generate these false polls and ask questions. They engineer the questions so that they get the result they want. And you guys can do that if you want, but you've been wrong a lot on all these polls. So anyway, there's a lot of sad people here. They don't like Trump's approval rating going up. Which, by the way, he didn't win with 50%. Understand that Trump could win for 46% approval rating because the polls were never going to be right? And also, the population levels in certain areas is saturated. So you're going to get a higher percentage of Democrats voting, but who cares if they're voting in California and New York? The electoral votes stay the same, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, all right. You're listening to Breaking News, absolutely breaking the news with Harry, a.k.a. The Brave, on WNHH LP 103.5 FM, your home for community radio. I'll be right back.
Some other niggas fall away, cause you found a better one. I don't wanna let you fall away. I don't wanna let you fall away. Oh. I'm thinking about when we gon' touch. 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 When I'm up, I still ride for you. Only girl that I want is you. I ain't looking, but I still found you. Show you something others again can't do. Oh, got me feeling no way when they say you the same ain't in their head. So don't go away, I ain't gonna let you go away. I'ma keep you right here to myself. I ain't trying to show no one else. We can keep it on the low, but you can still let them other niggas know. Tell me why you play with it. I'm just trying to tell you I ain't playing with it. Them other niggas lying with it. I'ma show you that I ain't the same with it. I don't wanna let you fall away. I don't wanna go nowhere. Some other niggas fall away, cause you found a better one. I don't wanna let you fall away. I don't wanna let you fall away. Oh. I'm thinking about when we gon' touch. 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 She said she got a new thing. The way she got me feeling got me dropping on my boot decks. I'm just trying to do things. Get you over here, I'ma show you us a few things. She said she wanna roll, we can go anywhere that you wanna go. She said she wanna be next to me. Ain't no other place you'd rather be. Got me feeling up when I'm with you. Wanna feel you up when I'm with you. Feeling like a drive when I'm with you. Wonder where you at when I'm with you.
Alright, you're listening to Breaking News, absolutely breaking the news with Harry, aka The Brave, on WNHH LP 103.5 FM, your home for community radio. Hey, what's up, Chris? What's up, nephew? Alright, so let's get into it. I'm gonna play a clip of Sarah Sanders going head to head with Jim Acosta from CNN, right? Because Trump called the media, fake news, the enemy of the people, which is true. Fake news is the enemy of the people, and CNN is continuously trying to pawn off opinion as fact, right? So let's listen to Sarah Sanders.
Jim, I just want to follow up on Sarah's question from NPR. She asked you about Ivanka Trump's statement that the press is not the enemy of the people, and she asked you whether or not the press is the enemy of the people. You read off a laundry list of your concerns about the press and things that you feel like are misreported, but you did not say that the press is not the enemy of the people. And I think it would be a good thing if you were to say right here at this briefing that the press, the people who are gathered in this room right now, doing their jobs every day, asking questions of officials like the ones you brought forward earlier, are not the enemy of the people. I think we deserve that. I think the president has made his position known. I also think it's ironic. I'm trying to answer your question. Okay, well, I politely waited, and I even called on you despite the fact that you interrupted me while calling on your colleague. I said it's ironic. Which is why I interrupted. I'm trying. But if you finish, if you would not mind letting me have a follow-up, that would be fine. But it's ironic, Jim, that not only you and the media attack the president for his rhetoric, when they frequently lower the level of conversation in this country. Repeatedly, the media resorts to personal attacks without any content other than to incite anger. The media has attacked me personally on a number of occasions, including your own network, said I should be harassed as a life sentence, that I should be choked.
ICE officials are not welcomed in their place of worship, and personal information is shared on the internet. When I was hosted by the Correspondents Association, of which almost all of you are members of, you brought a comedian up to attack my appearance and call me a traitor to my own gender. In fact, as far as I know, I'm the first press secretary in the history of the United States that's required Secret Service protection. The media continues to ratchet up the verbal assault against the president and everyone in this administration, and certainly we have a role to play, but the media has a role to play for the discourse in this country as well.
And sir, if you don't mind, if I may follow up, excuse.
All right. And those are the facts, right? The media gets to attack Trump, the people who work for him, the people who support him. Maxine Waters gets to say, get in people's faces, don't let them eat in public places. You know, you could go on YouTube and find videos of Trump supporters being attacked just because they're wearing a hat to support Trump. And the media never says anything about that. It's okay to attack Trump supporters, to attack Trump workers, people who work for Trump, just because they don't agree with them. And now Jim Acosta, the reason he's upset is because he went to a Trump rally and people were saying fake news, CNN sucks, and a couple of people flipped him off. And he felt threatened. Now keep in mind, this is the press pool. This is the White House press pool who was being guarded by Secret Service, and Jim Acosta wants us to believe that he felt threatened. But they have no problem with Trump supporters, people who work for Trump. Anybody who is not against Trump is their enemy. And now he wants to cry about it? I don't think so, Jim. I don't think so. All right, man. I got to get out of here. I'm up. My time is up. You've been listening to Breaking News, absolutely breaking the news with Harry, a.k.a. The Brave, on WNHH LP 103.5 FM, your home for community radio. See ya.
Resolute of heart, make firm thy mind. The tongue of a man is the rudder of the boat, but the Lord of all is its pilot. Cast not thy heart after riches. There's no ignoring fate and destiny. Place not thy thoughts on things outside. Every man is destined for his hour.
On feeling goods where all of your cash went. Not chakra alignment or inward refinement. Trying to find one word to describe men. Better yet, can one consciousness unify them? Pondering on these questions is where my time spent. Creative process, believe me, greatness got to achieve it. Ideas we believe in, positive mind, gotta reach in it. Putting effort to bring forth this new being. You're not consumed by the lust for things, but knows that his work is determined by words and deeds. Your mind is affected by words and deeds. Your thoughts are keys to what you're trying to see, and what you're trying to see should be to reach your goals. Hold on to your dreams, keys open doors. Since you can't always choose circumstances, make sure to choose your thoughts wisely. Choose advancement, move towards the future. Now's your chance, kid. Accept responsibility, avoid resentment. Actions always take root from what you think about. Things ain't going your way, it ain't hard to figure out. Why? Why? Ask why. Ain't gotta tell you, it's right in front of your eyes. So in following these principles, you'll find along the road you're the only one responsible for your soul. It's no coincidence. Take control of your life, no coincidence. It's no coincidence. You take control, no coincidence. It's no coincidence. Yeah, it's no coincidence. It's no coincidence. Nah, it's no coincidence.
Old shells are highly prized. And this one is occupied by a sarcastic fringe.
Hi, this is Bella, and you are listening
.5 FM New Haven Streaming Live at www.newhavenindependent